I decided to do my project on a very impactful social worker that holds a special place in my own heart. I met her when I was an STNA at a facility in New Concord. She is currently employed at Shivers Hospice, and she has a desire for helping the patients and their families. To describe her, you must make sure to include her warm heart and her desire to help others. She is giving and loving. She has the characteristics that make a great social worker and a wonderful person. Her name is Kaylin Krutzer. She is 29 years old. She has a bachelor's in social work from Indiana Wesleyan University, and she is a licensed social worker in Ohio. She currently works for Shivers Hospice, but has also been employed at many long-term health cares, along with a school. She has many different places under her belt. So let's talk about a little bit about Shivers Hospice. For a little bit of background it was called Shivers Pharmacy. There are still pharmacies, many in different counties in Ohio. It was started in actually where I'm from, which is McConnelsville, Ohio. A guy started it there, and then another person actually bought it. His name is John Kohler, and they turned the pharmacies into more of like a shopping center now, instead of just pharmacy specialized. And then they branched out to Shivers Hospice, and they also have a Shivers where they give out scholarships and things like that. So their mission is to provide the highest quality hospice experience, unique to the journey of each individual and family. Their vision would be to be the clear choice for hospice in the communities we serve. A little quote that I found from John Kohler: If it is right for the patient, it is right for us. He is very passionate of what he does, and his employees embody that also. So when I sat down with her to interview her, it was kind of like sitting down with a best friend. She was so sweet, down to earth. So the first thing I asked her was, what is your job title? What is your job description? She says she does POA paperwork for patients. So the attorney. She does companionship. So she said that could range from anywhere where just going to the house and sitting with somebody, or even going to facilities and sitting with people. She helps with anxiety and depression. She assists with paying bills. So if somebody's unable to pay their bills by themselves, she would step in and help them. She can get groceries or items from town when the patients need them. She does bereavement calls and visits. So she'll sit with even family members and talk to them about the bereavement process, since it is hospice. She will assist caregivers to prevent burnout, which I think is so important, and arrange respite, which is where they kind of go for like the weekend to a different facility instead of the main caregivers being in charge for that week. And then she does do long-term stays, so if she needs to place the patient into a nursing home. The clients that she serves, she said her main population is elderly, which we would expect. But she does say that the hospice serves all ages. She's had a newborn. She's had a 104-year-old person. Something that I would like that stuck out to me when she was talking about the clients she served, she's also talking about their families, not just the person that is on hospice. It would also be their families. She does Morgan and Washington counties. Those are the counties that she serves personally. I do believe that Shivers does quite a few different counties in Ohio. Some people may own their homes. Some people may not. She said she goes to apartments, different places, rural counties, out in the middle of nowhere. She can go to nursing homes and assisted living buildings. We talked about the socioeconomic status of her patients. She said she's had patients who haven't even finished elementary school to patients that have their PhDs. I think that is very amazing that she would have that big of a wide range and how different they can all be. The social problems addressed, she deals with anxiety, depression, social isolation, and community resources. So the anxiety could be they're anxious about even leaving their loved ones. Depression, I mean, they're on hospice, they're more than likely not going to make it. The community resources, she talked about how it was if they needed help, just reaching out to, maybe they need help getting food, and she can find community resources for them. The services that she offers is she provides patients with best quality of life, however long that may be. Could be a week, could be a day, could be months, could be years. She said she needs to make sure the patient is safe. She's able to be where they want to live out their lives comfortably. So if they want to be at home, she wants to make sure that they are at home. If that isn't the case, and then she needs to find housing for them. And then she also gives educations to the client and their families. The funding, she said most hospice patients are Medicare benefits. They also have donations, and some people do have to private pay. Her evaluation of her effectiveness, she talks about she works in hospice is her dream job. She has the personality for it. She wanted to be in this line of work for 10 years. She did other things before this. She said it's not a field where someone just wants a job. So it's not a field that you just go to work and go home and that's it. You have to have the heart for it. In return, she says, take certain people to work in a place with a real heart. She said her love language is gift giving. She says this is a very emotional, difficult career, which I can imagine, and most rewarding for the client and families. And she says she truly makes a difference. The effectiveness of the agency, she believes that this is the best agency for hospice. She believes that they provide the best care for their patients and their families. I agree. From micro social work aspect, she says working with everyone on their care plans and to fulfill that role. More of a meso social work, she says the bereavement groups. She can make groups up for people that are dealing with bereavement and loss, and then also people that are caring for people that are on hospice. More of a macro social work level, she talked about the Hospice Foundation. They have a foundation where they give out scholarships. This is also where people can donate to give funding for people that maybe cannot afford it. And she also has the grants. She can go through different avenues for grants to be applied for to assist in the patient experience and providing funding for those patients. She talked a lot about the Hospice Foundation and how well she thinks that they are doing in the communities. I did a little bit of research, and they gave quite a bit of scholarships to local high schools in this past year, and I think it's a very good thing. We talked about her education level a little bit before. She does have her bachelor's degree, and she does believe that hospice does require a bachelor's degree to be their social work, and that you must be licensed to practice in Ohio. She did say that they have different pathways that maybe they would offer to somebody that would only have their associate's degree, and that they would kind of help with going back to school. With that being said, I really did enjoy this project. I enjoyed talking to her and learning more about her. Like I said, I knew her before, but it was nice to get to know her on a more social work level, whereas when I did know her, I was more of like the STNA part of it. So she's very sweet, gave me a lot of insight, and I look forward to maybe picking her brain a little bit more about other things. Thank you.